I'm John Quelch, Dean of Miami Business School. I'm here at the Endeavor Scale Up conference in Wynwood with George Sinceros, who's the founder of EndeavorScaleUpAlertLabs. What did Alert do before you sold out to Watsco? And I guess you're still doing the same thing for them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So EndeavorScaleUpAlertLabs makes simple to install sensors that go into properties, whether they're homes or commercial properties, to look at water excess usage and energy excess usage. And what we basically do is help protect properties against disasters like floods. We then also work to help properties realize some energy savings and some savings in utility bills like energy and water and all that. And ultimately, you know, there's a bit of an environmental play where we actually are trying to help the environment, help reduce our water usage and our energy usage.
So obviously that's very important, this whole sustainability movement in South Florida in particular, especially on the water conservation front.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you finding end consumers are more alert to the need for these kinds of sensors than, say, 10 years ago? And how's the consumer sentiment in the marketplace?
So what we typically find is that when you think of utility expense, water usage is going up by 15% year over year and has been for 7-10 years now. When you look at energy expenses and how the cost of energy is going up, I mean, consumers, especially at the mass level, when you look at their variable expenses in their homes, I mean, these things start to add up. And they're starting to now ask questions like, well, what can we do to minimize some of these expenses? Especially in the South Florida area, if you think about air conditioners, for example, 70% of them aren't being maintained right and they're not being tuned over time.
Right.
They're using 30% more energy. That could mean like a savings of $80 to $90 per home here per month. I mean, that's significant.
Yes.
And so, but it wasn't up until, you know, computing platforms were affordable enough and processing power and machine learning and AI came to the forefront to predictively diagnose and alarm against these conditions that you couldn't have these technologies before, but now you can.
And are you principally selling direct to end consumers or to the developers and property managers and builders?
That is a fantastic question. Originally, as EndeavorScaleUpAlertLabs, we were selling a lot of direct technologies. Direct technologies into everything from snowbirds that have multiple houses and they travel a lot to even home watch industries and property management industries. Right. But for us, when it comes to scale and thinking about growing the business, that's where the partnership and the acquisition ultimately with Watsco made a lot of sense. As one of the largest distributors in HVAC equipment, Watsco now has over 90,000 contractors that we can sell through, and these contractors can actually provide value-added services for their clients. And so that becomes a smooth path to market to not only help end consumers realize these savings, but to also help our channel partners grow their business.
Right. Great. So, another important contribution to sustainability.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. George, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it.